You wanna groove with me, baby? Move your body. You get down. Move your body. Move your body. Move your body. Move your body. Just like that.
Welcome to the Jacaranda. We're here with Chase Johnston Lynch, who's got a rich history in music, video filmmaking, and also film. Good man. Have you ever had any trouble with any of the artists you've worked with over the years? Any prima donna style antics?
Prima donna style. Jesus Christ, how long we got? Trouble. Let's define the word trouble. We had a lot of good times, right? But it was never really the artist that was the problem. It was the entourage. So, like, especially like in hip hop, you know, what you had is you had a lot of artists who had to keep it real, right? So, what it was always is that you had the artists show up, but they always had their whole entourage of boys, right? You know, guys in big puffy jackets that you didn't know what was inside and you couldn't pat them down. So, I mean, like at that time, you know, like when I started out, like I said, I started out casting. And then I became like the sidekick, right? So what's important is that for the director, I became like the AD, the first assistant director. And then I became producer, which means that I controlled the pre-production to the post-production of any project that I was on, while somebody else carried the directing title and did the work. You know what I mean? My partner did the work. But, so as the AD, I would have to be standing there on the front line. Right, so I remember being on plenty of sets where, you know, you hear click click. It's like a bear, right? They tell you, right? If you're in the woods and you see a bear, you freeze. Right? What you don't want to do is say, "Yo, who the hell is that?" Right? You don't want to do that, right? You should go, "Am I going to die today?" Right? I'll just be cool, right? Or I talk to the artist. I go, "Look, man, you know they're pretty rowdy. You know what I'm saying?" We're here for you, right?
Yeah.
You know, man, we're here for you. You know, I remember, you know, artists, you know, like you had to go, "Hey, I wonder where that artist is." I'm sitting there. "I wonder where that artist is," and then, you know, you had to figure out who I could send.
So moving on from when you started casting, you said then you went to first assistant director.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a particular preference to them roles? You know, do you prefer writing, you know,
The treatments?
Yeah, or do you prefer actually directing?
Well, you know, like when I gave up on the idea of casting as a love, right? Like I said, we worked with Marcus Nisto. Like I'll drop his name because he's friends on Facebook. Right? But I remember this one time casted like about 100 girls for this music video. And like I'm more proud of myself, you know. And so Dwayne, you know, he said, "Go in and show Marcus the video." You know, that's when everything was on 3/4 inch tape and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Me?" yeah, you go. It's like I felt like I was being put out to slaughter. You know what I mean? So I go in there with this tape of these 100 girls and stuff, you know, and sit down with the producer. Then Marcus comes in and I put the tape in, and then he's like, "Okay, start." Right? He's German, right? So then I say, "Okay, well this girl was really good, right?" So I press play, and then he goes, "Fast forward." Okay, right. She was really good, all right. All right, this next one, she's really fast forward. Okay. Right? Fast forward. Oh, come on, man, you didn't even see it. It's like, don't react to him, right? You know, it's like the deer in the headlights. Don't look him in the eye. So he wants pretty much the whole damn thing in fast forward, you know, until there was somebody that actually caught his eye, and then he'd be like, "Stop." Oh. Did I like go too fast or something? And it was like at that, it's like, what's the point? You know, it's kind of like, you know, it wasn't like a place I wanted to be in a power position. I mean, I like getting paid, that's what I should have left that. But then I figured I had an eye for talent, you know, and I really did. So that's when I moved out of that. But the first AD was really where the power was. Every film takes a team of people to make it. So like, you know, a lot of people, you know, there's always somebody who has, all right, I want to do a film and I need you all to work on it and all that kind of stuff. But one person can't make it. One person got to hold the camera, one person got to act, one person got to hold the lights, all that kind of stuff. So you need a team of people, and what people often find it difficult is, where do I fit in that team? A producer has an idea, pretty sure about the idea he wants in a film, yeah? And what it is though, is that he can't really kind of like express it creatively. He could tell you what his idea is and everything like that. And, you know, I really want this film to be this particular way. So his job then is to hire a director, his job is to visualize, to interpret the idea. Not to write it, to interpret it. So he hires a writer to write his idea down, right? 3 very key roles. A lot of people, especially in student films, right, they are idea people. But then they think that because they have the idea, they need to direct. So I need to be in charge because it's my idea that the director's in charge. So I'm going to do that. Without realizing that just because you got an idea doesn't make it that you know how to express it. So they make films and they wonder, how come the message didn't come through? Because they're too close to the idea that they want to show. Yeah? And they're not willing to step back and watch it unfold. Because when they're watching it unfold, then they can see what's going wrong. They're backed away from it. They can see somebody else, you know, directing it and shooting it and go, no, that's not what I want to say here, right? So they get into the editing room with the 4th important person, and then they go, how come this looks like, and I don't want to use the expletive. How come it looks like that? Because, you know, you're too busy running around doing the wrong jobs. You understand what I'm saying? So finally, there's a 5th person in there, and that's the assistant director. And his role is to not even be involved at all, to just kind of like run things. Put everybody into their place. Separate the 2 people that are button heads, the director and the producer. This is my idea. No, let me show you how it works. No, I want it this way. His job is to separate and prioritize. Yeah? If those 5 people can work together, then it can happen. I enjoy being a first AD more than anything. Yeah. It's excellent.
That's wicked. What other things other than music videos have you worked on?
Well, so pretty much as the first AD, worked with Dwayne at Portfolio. We had the lead Portfolio. We left Portfolio. We went to GPA Artists, where we started. Now Dwayne was making the videos, and like, you know, and it was kind of like, okay, what we're gonna do. So I ended up working on a film with these guys in Harlem and stuff like that. I figured, oh, I need to break away, right? Because, you know, at the time I wasn't that smart. Right? I figured I want to direct. I want to be in charge. Like I just said, I don't want to do this. I want to be in charge. And, you know, then I realized, okay, I had to go back, you know, to be the assistant to get.
Roll.
Yeah, whichever one of you are free. Lay down, like, I think lighting department has some material, like, SAU. Yo. What do you need? Don't let me hurt you, because I see that lamp. Oh, no, I don't. You're right, that's good.
You see the lamp?
Yeah, I see the lamp. As natural as possible.
What's your style? Right, your lady. That's your lady.
Okay, Nixon, come in there. You gotta come in, guys. Once you see her walk, you gotta come right in. Well, that's because you didn't come in fast enough. So we didn't go into the line. Yo, what's gonna happen is we're gonna cut it, man. Just keep going until we say cut, all right? You know, and I was working on this film, and you know, one day, all of a sudden, you know, the lady director comes in, and I'm like, yeah, what's going on? She's like, no, where's my gun? Where's my gun? You know, and all of a sudden it's like, pop, 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 all kind of like shooting going on, and we're all like under the desk and everything. And I'm realizing, okay, I don't want to work on this film anymore. Right? And from there, I had to go back in and, you know, went back to Dwayne, did some videos. But the guys, these 2 twins who worked on that film, they say, hey, yo, we know these artists, K-Def and Larry L, which you say you know of, right?
I'll leave a froze like heroin in your nose. I'll leave a froze like heroin in your I'll leave them froze like heroin in your nose. I'll leave them froze like heroin in your nose. Never underestimate the real life. The gun-slinging fat Mac, a sick type of fuck. Who that? I left blood stain in every spot that I rock. I'm representing Jersey, spitting rhymes like a clock. Into the Cape Fear where MCs be shell-shocked. I got the stash in my dash with the stock and the ooh-wah. Who the gun abuser? Who the stupid hooker user? The pimp with the blow counting bank in the Land Cruiser.
That was kind of like one of the big turnarounds because it was like we had just did Large Professor. You saw that one, right? So we just did the Mad Scientist video. So
never had a basement, never had an attic, only an apartment where I forever had static. For me doing the beat and got through in the street, even put in a cell, living in hip-hop hell so far in my career. But I'm still here to organize for your eyes to drop science on your ear. A strong black rebel who loves the track level kinda loud, so turn it up so I can find a crowd to rock and now concoct something ill for real. Coming to my laboratory where you can't stand still and the funk keeps banging. All my peeps hanging on the block, this one's for you. It's time to rock on a higher plateau. And I supply a fast show wherever I go. Yo, you can't front on Flake or even trying this. Your man lost Professor Mad Scientist.
now we're like working and saying, oh yeah, this is all cool, this is hype and everything like that, you know. I even got a part in that video.
Yeah.
I don't know, I saw it real quick, right? And everything like that, you know. Yeah, that's it. But so these guys came back to me because they remembered, like, hey, look, man, you were really cool, man. I mean, they weren't the ones involved with the, you know, the shooting, and like we know these guys, and I didn't know who they were, right? But they had Marley Marl, you know, involved and all that kind of stuff. So we said, all right, and then so they asked us to, you know, do their debut video, which was real life shit.
Yeah, good tune.
Awesome, man. And I mean, like, so we shot that, you know, the director put his kids in the video, you know, it was like all that, it was all hype and stuff. But then they enjoyed that video so much, you know, that they said, hey, yo, you know, like, let's do another one. So then we ended up, well, we did start out the trilogy. They said, let's do another one. So we did The Turnaround, which was set in a strip joint.
Mr. Slick is out to prove something. I'm all up in this, you passed the chrome, time to move something. Mr. Slick is out to prove something. No time to wait, I got to regulate, no time for front. Mr. Slick is out to prove something. I'm all up in this.
Girls, man, you know, I mean, it's not my fault. But, so we're down in Brooklyn, right, shooting this video on the strip joint. And this is funny because, you know, he goes to the executive producer from GBA or something like that. Yo, he said, yo, man, so these guys, you know, like they did this track with the Wu-Tang, right? And like they want them in a video. So what they want to do is they want to pay for another video. But we're already doing a video, so they want to do another video like next week or something like that. No, they want to do it tomorrow. I said, what?
Yeah.
And so the producer, right, he goes, yeah, don't worry about it, we'll do it, we'll take care of it, right? Pulls me on the side, right? But I'm you know, I need you to sit down, come up with a budget for how much we should charge them, right? Because this is extra, you see. How much we should charge them to do this video. What, right now? Yeah. Oh, and you need to come up with a treatment because you're good at that. What, right now? Yeah, right now. You got about half an hour, right? And I'm like, Now, at this point, I wasn't working with Wu-Tang, you gotta understand. So, I was like, all right, so I come up with this simple idea of, I don't even know what the song is. I just said, come up with this idea of, these guys are so hot, they're on fire. Yeah, that's right. And they're at ground zero, because my ideas was always crazy, right? They had to be reined in and shit. At ground zero and all that kind of stuff. And you know, so we just had this big spotlight, like a smoke machine, and each artist comes out and does a performance. And I'm like, yeah, that works.
Some real life thug shit.
Yo, I remember getting gang, staggering on the plank, dwelling on the edge, full-fledged, grabbing for bank. All the pounds touching clowns, DTs clock rounds. But Slick was in the SL, 40 shells hit the ground. 55 on the belt, 50 grand in my belt. Then I swerved to New Jersey, that's where iceberg melt. It was a ruthless type of homicide. This is the drama side. Porcelain 9 milli slug to tap your insides. Venomous vocabulary, mad niggas heard it. Got anointed like the juice 2 minutes before the verdict. Who making claims? Who moving cane on trains? Slick lines is open, out of state kids. Give me the land.
Yeah, that works. How much it's gonna cost? Now I'm not thinking cheap then. I think cheap now. I'm not thinking cheap then. So I'm like, you know, we gotta add the crew day, you know, charge them like grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now think about this for a second, mate. Right? When people trying to ask to do videos, can you do a video for me? You know, can they? And I'm sitting in restaurants. This is like nowadays. Let me jump in time for a second. Sitting there with a cup of coffee, right? Somebody catch me, I want you to do a video, all right? And they're like, I want cars, I want girls, I want clubs, I want all the bangs and the whistles, right? So my question is, how much you got? Now, I just told you the story, right? I'm sitting there, do you think they'll go for this? You know, right? So he takes it to them, guy goes, all right, do it. Done, right? Just like brown bag done. Want me to go to the ATM right now? What? So then I go to the director who doesn't even know, right? I go to him, he's shooting the girls like, you know, on the dance floor and stuff like that. Yo, we're gonna do another video tomorrow. What? We're gonna do another video tomorrow? Yeah, man, don't worry about it, we gotta go. What? Everybody's all sorted, bang, right? Now that was the Real Life remix. I got Ghostface, Capadonna, Killer Sin, you know what I mean? This was like, you know, big, you know what I mean? Just done right there in like half an hour. So, imagine sitting in restaurants now and somebody asked me to do a video and he got 5 cents.
That's weird.
Yeah.